just, 4 or 5 years ago. But this is not new to us. I mean,
No.
we have been secret shopping websites for financial brands since 2012. Uh,
Yep.
we didn't understand, however, the value that it was creating. It was just something that we did as part of our Banking on Digital Growth program. It wasn't until we got a little bit smarter. We got a little bit smarter by just being quiet and asking the clients that we have worked with over the years, some 6 months, some 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, what created the greatest value for them.
Yep. That's
And
right.
we talked to around 20 or 30 over the course of a few months. And through those interviews, time and time again, website secret shopping studies continued to rise to the top as the number one source of value creation.
Yeah. And I really, for me, I loved it because so back in 2012, I was I was still at DGI, coming towards the end of my first tour. I was not participating in the secret shopping studies at that time. I was
Mhm.
doing something else in the business. When I came back in 2020, this was one of the first areas and first projects that I really started to take on and run and help facilitate and take ownership. I mean, I'll tell you, these studies talk about just a rapid pace of learning. Um, just the industry. I've been out of the industry for so many years. Like it was a fast pace. I loved it. I think it was it was great for me. I picked up a lot very quickly, and I enjoyed doing these. And that was just one tiny sliver of things that we offered through the coaching and the education that we were doing. And so for this to become or to see
Yeah.
um, the feedback, it was like, great, let's keep doing this. I'm here for it.
Well, you bring a very unique perspective to this in the sense that, like you mentioned, all the way back in 2012, you were in a different part of the business. The business was completely different back in 2012. In fact, we were building financial brand websites back in
Yep.
2012.
That's what I was doing.
You were doing that, and today we are no longer building financial brand websites. The focus of our organization has shifted drastically over the last 10, 12, 14 years to where now we're taking a digital anthropological approach to helping financial brands stop losing loans and deposits because of blind spots that they have within their marketing and sales strategies, systems, and processes. And so you did come back and you started learning the methodology for secret shopping a website. And to date, we have done 1,300 plus studies at this point. And there's a lot of pattern matching along the way. So and when you did leave back in 2012 and you took a different path, you went to be a teacher. And so I think
Mhm.
there's no better person to have this conversation with than you being a teacher, because once an educator, always an educator.
Sure.
Take us to school here, Audrey, when it comes to what website secret shopping studies 101. What, why am I saying one on one? I'm like hung up on the basketball today. 101. 101.
101.
Yes.
Yeah, wow, back in the classroom.
Back in the
Um,
classroom.
well, and I think, one of the things that I've noticed is, and what I love about these is the framework is all the same. And very much like in the classroom, your curriculum. You follow the same framework, but every situation, every study is so unique. And so while yes, there's some predictability to it and we know the right questions to ask and we know how to set up the study appropriately, the results and the different nuances, for me, it just keeps it fresh, it keeps it interesting, and it's like it's a consistent source of learning. Like we're never done learning.
Mm.
So I appreciate getting to be involved in these studies, but I think the very first misconception that I've noticed or area that I think it'd be important that we discuss is the scope of the project, the scope of the study.
Well, before we do that, I want to roll it back just a smidgen, because let's talk about why. And the reason I want to start with why is because, once again, this is a very new concept to a lot of financial brand leaders, whether they're on the marketing side, the sales side, the leadership side. And if we think about the fact that 86% of financial brands have never facilitated a website secret shopping study, that number, that 86%, is almost the exact number of who is secret shopping their physical branch experiences, which is a completely different experience than shopping a website.